with everyone's favorite chauffeur. As we go into a tunnel.
Dead Man's Curve.
As we approach, so the noise you're hearing are the, what do you call these? They're like
groovy things.
Basically the grooves they put in the cement on the road to warn you that a sharp turn is coming.
To stay on I-90 East. Okay.
So that curve is called Dead Man's Curve in Cleveland. My best friend, who's my best friend for a multitude of reasons, one of which being that she always comes and picks me up at the airport.
It's my job.
Especially when I fly in at like 6 or 7 in the morning. Even though today being delayed a half hour makes me feel like it wasn't as bad as my initial 6:50 a.m. landing time. So we are headed to Mentor now to see my mom and dad, and I haven't seen any of these people since September, which was
too long.
8 months ago, which is kind of crazy. But I am back here this weekend, very excitedly to see them. And also for this really cool event that's happening at my high school. My theater director contacted me a couple months ago to let me know that I had been chosen to be inducted into our Mentor Theater Hall of Fame, which is really humbling and really, really sweet. It's kind of an honorary program that they started last year to just recognize distinguished alumni who'd contributed to the program when they were in high school and to the arts beyond high school, and there's a committee that votes. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to seeing some of my theater friends. One of my good friends, Brandon, who I was in the program with in high school, is being inducted, and I haven't seen him, I'm pretty sure, in 10 years since high school. And my theater director, Mr. Green, will be there, obviously, and yeah, I think it's going to be really nice, and it's part of their awards ceremony, so it's like a lot of, I think, the high school students are being, you know, honored, and yeah, so I'm going to try to get some footage of that. For the mems and for mom and dad, because they are very proud, and I think this weekend is more for them and more about them than it is about me, but I'm just really honored and excited just to see some old theater friends and be back in the Fine Arts Center where I spent so much of my time in high school. That will be really fun. The rest of the weekend is just chilling out with the family and spending some time with mom and Laurel and dad, and unfortunately my brother's not going to make it in this weekend, but I'm going to see him very soon in LA, which I will be taking a lot of footage of because that is the first time that we will have brother-sister time in LA, so I'm very much looking forward to that. We're driving past Brattonall right now?
Yes.
Okay, so I went through this phase, Laurel knows this a while back, of just kind of looking at houses in Cleveland just out of curiosity, because I was reading a lot of blogs and these bloggers are buying houses, and so I was just kind of like looking around and like just trying to familiarize myself with price points in different cities in the US and things like that. Oh my gosh. I mean, comparatively to LA, obviously everything is much less expensive, but the houses that you can get in Brattonall, which is a really nice area of Cleveland, it's kind of old oil money that was built, I'm pretty sure it's like more of a private residence for the wealthy of Cleveland. Yeah. The 90 freeway that we're on the 2 now? We're on the 2.
We're 2, yeah.
Yep, the 2 freeway that we're on right now, I heard, was allegedly built where it was to divide Brattonall from the rest of Cleveland.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think my dad told me that one time, which means it may or may not be true.
Because if you go that way, it's not.
But there's this gorgeous lakefront property that you can actually get for not crazy of a rate when you think about what you're getting. And I just think dreamy, you know, 7-bedroom mansions on Lake Erie for like 1.2 million, which is approximately the cost of like a 2-bedroom in LA. And I was just kind of curious to see like what old houses were even available and what they looked like, and we appreciate like craftsman houses and old houses, and some of these houses have been on the market for so long. I think so many people, and I think a lot of our generation, no, I guess not sadly, but they want modern new houses, and these older houses in Cleveland and Cleveland Heights, no one buys them.
No one buys them.
And they're amazing. I was like, can I just like buy this and then just ship it? Would that be possible? Just ship the house.
Ship it to LA.
Just ship it to LA. I would love to do like an old homes tour of Cleveland sometime. I wonder if that's a thing that you could do.
That should be a thing.
Because there's so many, you know, especially on the East Coast and the Rust Belt compared to LA, there's just so many older properties and estates. And Cleveland has some gorgeous houses. I think that was the other piece of it too, is I was just kind of interested in the history, so I was looking online, and I would like to see them. I would like to see them very much. Hey, Daddy.
Hi, sweetie. Welcome back to 5804 Fenwood Court.
Oh, putting the address on the internet.
Well, I gotta know where they drop off the gifts, you know?
No, hi Mom. You look so cute. Look at my cute mommy.
Just like that, she's home. Oh my gosh, I feel so good to hug you. Murphy, look
Mommy's here.
Yeah. Sister's home.
Did you just get your hair cut? You look so handsome.
Did.
You look so handsome.
Hi.
Oh, thanks. Murphy. Murph. Say bye, Laurel. See you later.
Gotta put my shoes on.
She's gotta put her super cute Target shoes on.
Target.
Get down, please. Get down, please.
Oh, you just want some love from Dad. We're just chilling. How do you feel about me being home?
I am so glad that you're home.
Home as in your house.
Home in my house.
No.
Minter Lake. We
Get
miss
some
you
good
so
lighting.
much. 8 months is a long time to go without seeing
It is a long
my
time to go.
princess of the world.
We had a lovely afternoon. We went to Mentor Family Restaurant. So the hometown family restaurant, pretty straightforward. Diner, small town America life. Everyone in there was over the age of 70, except for us. But the food was good. We just caught up on like what's been going on and just like catching up about kind of people who've grown up and moved away and gotten married and all the babies and
how the Egyptian culture has changed
talked
the
a lot
world.
about Egyptian culture, which you wouldn't think.
Well, you'd be surprised.
Yeah. Now we're just hanging out at home for a bit at the house, and then we'll head up to the high school.
Where my lovely daughter
Oh, I told them
will
already.
receive her Hall of Fame induction.
Very
proud.
sweet, very sweet. I'm like semi-embarrassed / don't know what to do.
Don't be.
If I have to make a speech, what do I say? I mean, I doubt I'm gonna have to
Just
speak.
say-
I'm just like, I feel so awkward. It's weird.
You're just gonna be
How I owe everything I am to my loving parents and my,
Yeah.
humble
my
and
friends
nice and look like Kate Spade.
I do have a very Kate Spade outfit
Yeah.
that I'm very proud of. So
Good.
it'll be good. Right, Murph? Right, Murph?
What do you think?
We are in the car heading to my high school for the event tonight. Just wanted to show you guys a little sneak peek of what I'm wearing. Thrifted this really cool Eliza G dress, and then I'm wearing my Nana's pearls with it. And then I have on leopard flats and my mom's pearl earrings. And then this really cool vintage 1960s cuff that was my great aunt's. I just wanted to be a little bit more 1960s kind of chic for the event. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to dress up. So yeah, we are making our way here now. I don't know how much of it I'm actually gonna vlog, but I'll try to get a little bit of footage just to share with you guys. As you can see, I'm on a stage right now. So this is crazy. I never thought I'd share this in a vlog because I didn't think I'd be back here anytime soon. So basically where I'm at right now is my high school's Fine Arts Center, which I have to say is one of the most beautiful fine arts centers in terms of like for a high school that I've ever seen. They built this, oh gosh, it's gotta be like at least 15 years now, I think, that since they've added this on, and I haven't been back in the actual auditorium portion of it for years. I've snuck out on the stage before visiting my mom who works at my high school, but I haven't just kind of sat in the audience as I used to do during rehearsals and band concerts all those years ago. So yeah, just kind of soaking it in. The award ceremony is actually for the current theater members, and then they're just going to kind of mention the alumni throughout, which will be really sweet. I'm excited to see everyone and meet some people, and yeah, just kind of be back on the old stomping grounds. Literally, I stomped these floors for many years. So yeah. Well, 10 years since I've graduated, but how long has the theater program been around? Years. Anyways, I'm looking for my posters from when Loie and I were in theater together, and Brandon, where are ours? Oh, they're there. All right, here they go. Oh man. Anything Goes, probably my favorite that we did. All right, let's try to find me somewhere. Oh, right there, nailed it. And then How to Succeed. This was my sophomore year. Super fun. I don't even know if I'm in this photo.
Yeah, you are.
I'm somewhere in this photo.
I found you.
Oh my gosh, guys, I'm not finding me, not finding me. Oh, there it is. Boom, right there. Throwback. And then senior year, Grand Hotel, where I am somewhere in the vicinity. Oh, right there. Pretty much look the same. Look at that, 2007 throwback. So old. All the nostalgia being back in the high school. Mom's looking for names on the walls. I have to say, this makes me miss like everyone that I was in theater with. Like we were also little babies like 10 years ago. Me and Loie just running around the hallways. I was really fortunate because the people that were in theater with me were crazy talented and amazing. Loie was in theater with me, and Rick, and our friend Jen and Jessica. Oh my gosh, there were so many amazing people when I was in it. I mean, I'm sure it's still the same now, but I just have the fondest memories. Frolicking the halls. I know. And Brandon. I'm Catherine Crowe. I'm naming like I'm missing a ton of people, but I had a lot of really amazing, really close, yes, really close friends with theater.
That I get to welcome Brandon Stroud, class of 2006, into the Mentor High Theater Hall of Fame. I just want to say, Brandon, thank you for everything that you do, and thank you all for being here tonight. This is not just a win for me, this is a win for the arts. So everyone who won, I just want to congratulate you. Please, it's an honor to be up here. This is a win for the arts because...
I didn't prepare a very long speech. But a story, just a quick story that I don't even know if Mr. Green knows. If I could pass off any word of advice, it's to just hold on to the joy of theater. Even now, I graduated, it's gonna be 10 years this year, and I hear all the time from coworkers and friends that they didn't like high school and they didn't like their high school experience. I don't know if any of you are going through some of those things right now, but I know that theater made my high school experience. And anytime anyone asks me, you loved high school? I'm like, yeah, I did. And it was mainly because of theater. Whether it was behind the scenes or being on stage, the memories that I had here, many of which were with Stephanie and Rick and Brandon and Alexia, like, it's amazing to see so many faces because these are the people that brought me so much of the joy. But also, there was one moment that happened my sophomore year. I wasn't originally cast as a secretary in How to Succeed in Business without really trying. I was in the crew and I loved it, but an opportunity came up where a student was no longer had the chance to participate, and they needed someone to backfill. I think it was like a week before the show. And Mr. Green called me into his classroom and said, hey, you've been coming to all the rehearsals, I know you know the dances, like, would you be able to help us and step in? That moment to this day was one of the happiest moments I've ever experienced. I can still remember like floating from Sea Wing to tell my best friend Loie, who was also in the theater program at the time. And I can't tell you how many times when life was hard or things got stressful, I remembered that moment when you called me because it made me feel so validated and it made me feel so important. Not because I was chosen to go on stage, but because you trusted me and because you knew how much it meant to me. So I don't know why I'm crying. I was gonna cry. you get all emotional. I know you were talking about this earlier. I'm like, oh my gosh. So many memories. But so if I can say, hold on to anything during your high school time, and I'm sure lots of you are super talented and involved in tons of other clubs and activities, but the joy of being on this stage, the joy of being one of Mr. Green's thespians is something that I treasure still to this day, and it is something I'm still so, so grateful for. So thank you for that opportunity, and to my parents as well, because they were at every show, ushering, selling tickets, sewing costumes, you know, helping in everything, and so I'm so grateful to you guys as well. But yeah, so just be grateful, cling to the joyous parts, cling to the happy bits, because you're so fortunate to not only perform in this space, in this theater, anyone who performed in A lecture will tell you, but that you had Mr. Green directing you, who cares so much and is so passionate about it. And so whether or not you go on to a career in the arts or a career in whatever else, know that you are so fortunate to have had this experience. And so cling to that this year and in the years to come. So thank you. So we are back at the house. Hope you guys enjoyed some of the clips I was able to get of the award ceremony for the seniors. It was so touching. I feel like all the speeches were amazing. The event went crazy long, but we were all saying, like, who cares? Like, some of these seniors in high school, this is the last time that they have to be together. All the speeches were funny. All of the kids that got awards gave a speech, and it was all so sweet. We were super nostalgic, like my moms. And yeah, I cried. Well, first I didn't realize I would need to make a speech, but then when I kind of improvised, I started crying because you're just kind of overwhelmed with the nostalgia and the emotions and all the feelings. And Mom and Dad were there, and they were awesome, and they're the best supportive parents. Very proud of you. Thank you. It was just so nice to see my theater director, my friends Rick and Brandon. If you watch my Insta story, this video is probably gonna go up later than when it's live, but it was so nice to see them because they were so, I mean, they are so talented, but they were also the guys in high school that made everyone laugh, that made every show we did so joyful. Like, Rick and Brandon were those guys. And Brandon's fiance, Alexia, who we were in school with, and I saw Stephanie, who now does the chorus directing, and she was in the program with us. I don't know, it was just like this crazy reunion of people I haven't seen in 10 years, and it was just, I don't know, it was so nice. It was just so touching and nostalgic and heartfelt of the importance of theater in high school and the importance of, sorry the dog's barking, pursuing the arts.
I will take care of that.
And just, you know, how meaningful theater was and is to everyone. You know, and Mr. Green, who was my director, is still the director today and has been at the high school for 20 years now, and it was just really meaningful to be able to like see everyone again for me.
I'm really glad you came in for this.
Thank you for flying me back to Ohio for this. Also, apologies that this lighting is so terrible, but I just thought it would be moody and would show the time of day, which is in fact 10:50 p.m. So we're just gonna chill for the rest of the evening and have more adventures tomorrow.